And that was the lovely Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald. Now I'm very, very excited because I have the lovely and very talented Jordan Adams in the studio with me. Hi, Jordan.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for popping in to see me.
No problem. So I battled through the wind and the rain.
Oh, bless you. You did get caught in the rain a little bit as
Yes,
well, didn't
slightly,
you?
yes.
I wasn't going to tell on there, but you still look fabulous
Oh,
anyway.
thank you.
So
I'm all
just
dried
keep
out
it.
now, so I'm fine.
That's good, that's good. How was the journey?
It was great, actually, yeah. This is the first time that I've been to Bolton.
Oh, is it?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
raining. Is it always?
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. I'm not going to lie. Some people ring in and say that, well, you lied there.
It's great. No, it was a great journey. I'm really glad to be here.
Excellent, good. Well, like I said, I'm super excited. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know how it all started, first of all.
There's so much to tell, but I think it's probably...
Let's start at the beginning.
Right, if we start back at the beginning, I can go back many, many years, but just like everybody else, I've always had this passion for music. Probably music more than anything else when I first started, but it was all about songwriting. And I always wanted to be a singer-songwriter. And I was one of those people, unfortunately, back in the younger days that would sing in front of the mirror, and all that style of stuff.
With the hairbrush?
Anything, really.
So what age are we talking about here?
Probably 17 years old.
Right, okay.
And my mum would say that I started performing when I was 12.
Okay.
No, she wouldn't. She'd say it was younger. But,
I was going to say that, actually.
Yeah,
probably younger.
It probably younger. But I can remember playing Tobias Ragg when I was 12 years old in the first school production.
Really?
But then 17, I was in West Side Story. And
So where was that?
That was in Northampton. That was the McKinley Theatre. It was where I was at college. And I have to say, I absolutely hated the experience.
Oh, really?
It was the most terrifying experience of my life to go on stage.
What did you hate about it?
Everything.
Oh,
Absolutely
okay.
Everything. The audience being out there, what I had to do, what I had to sing, it was the whole experience. It terrified me. However, after moving on from that,
You got over that.
Yeah,
bit.
I kind of got over that. And the most important thing for me really was just to be able to sing. Now, putting a lot of things on the back burner because just things evolve in life, don't they? So before I know it, I was doing other stuff, and then. It was a little bit later on, then I started writing and recording in a studio local to myself, and I got a little record deal, and I recorded my first single, and then I recorded an album on the back of that.
That sounds like a big record deal.
So it was okay, it was
Okay.
reasonable, but then
How old were you then? Sorry.
I was 27, 28.
Right, okay.
So there's a few years skipped there.
Yeah.
Because I think it was all about confidence, really. For me, I don't think probably when I was a lot younger that I would have the confidence that comes with age, I
think it can be such a pressure as well, can't it, when you're younger?
Absolutely. And there's so much competition as well, and you're always kind of thinking that you're never as good as the next person that comes along, But, got a bit of confidence to sing as opposed to get on the stage and perform at that point. And but unfortunately, I got let down by the management and the record deal, as it has happened so many times, And from that point onwards, I just decided that I wasn't going to go anywhere near music again.
Oh dear, that would have been such a shame. I'm so glad you changed your mind. But I do think as well, I work in the industry, so I know myself, it's one of the best industries, it's also one of the worst industries for coming across things. And you can be up there 1 minute, down there the next, and you get some good management and some bad management.
Yeah, and it was a shock, I have to say. And but then it was, I kind of fell out of music for a little bit, and it wasn't until, again, a few years later that a friend of mine just asked me if I'd go along to a local audition just to try out to perform on stage. And of course, I was absolutely petrified. I said, you know what, you'll never get me on stage. Went for the audition, got a part. Literally, within a few weeks later, I was performing on stage again, and that was the turning point for me.
Excellent.
I was back, and I felt completely different about it this time. For some reason, I don't know what had happened, whether it was life experience, whether or not it was just me thinking, do you know what's the point of, hiding away from doing something that you love? And so I just took the plunge. And from then, theatre began to play quite a big role in my life. And I've been really, really fortunate to be in some great shows, over the last few years.
So which shows have you been involved in?
I've been in... I was Henry Higgins in My Fair Lady.
I love My Fair Lady.
Yeah, it was great, and I think the thing is that I was the underdog with that because no one ever expected me to go in playing a 55-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was Billy Crocker in Anything Goes, and there's my favourite one I would say is probably The Scarlet Pimpernel, which isn't the best known musical, but the music is absolutely phenomenal in it. And very recently I've done The King and I. And I
love The King and I. I love it. And I must admit, I did do my research, so I did know. I was quite tempted to put some pantaloon things on today. I thought, should I? Should I not? Don't be silly. So I didn't.
The great thing about The King and I is the costumes are so simple, and there's very little costume change, because he wears very little. You
could have come in your costume.
I could have done, absolutely, yes. I probably could have done. There's plenty of pictures knocking about to prove that I did wear it as well. And I've also been Captain Von Trapp in Sound of Music, which is great. So I've been very, very fortunate.
So how did you end up going that kind of way, other than like musical theatre, as opposed to pop star?
I think that it was just a turning point for me, because I'd fallen out of love with music and then gone back into the theatre side. It was then, oh my God, I was thinking, I've missed so much with regard to theatre and performing, and I threw myself, into that.
That's fabulous, though, that you're so versatile that you can actually do that. That's such a talent, because not everybody can do that, can they?
You know what? I think that's really nice of you to say so, because I think when you're in the thick of it, you don't realise that you're doing it. You just you're moving along with it, and it happens so quickly. But it was great, and I think that I love playing characters, and I've been very fortunate that every single person that I've played, I've had great reviews, I've had great responses from everything that I've done. And that just, I suppose for me, just reinforced the fact that that's where I should be and that's what I should be doing. And people, they tell you, what people have told me throughout my life, that's what I should be doing. But it's always one of those things, I'll just leave it. And then I kind of fell back into the recording side of things about 12 months ago, when I was involved with the Open Mic UK competition. And I was really lucky to come 10th out of 10,000 people.
I was going to say, they have thousands apply.
Yeah.
And I did, like I said, I did my research, so you did absolutely fantastically. Well done.
Thank you. It was certainly an experience, because it was one of those auditions that I turned up for and just went, what am I doing here? It was the Birmingham NEC. It was 10:30 in the morning. Really didn't want to be there. And before you know it, literally 3 months later, I was in the grand final.
Excellent.
With some amazing, talented people. I was the only person that was singing classical crossover music.
Really?
Yeah, which was, again, for me, it was an incredible achievement.
Yeah.
And there was such a high level of talent within the competition. It was a great platform to be involved with. And of course, then that launched me back into recording music in a studio again and writing again, which... it's just been a great catalyst for me, because it's just reinforced everything that I love and that I'm proud to be.
Excellent.
And of course, on the back of that, being able to record some fantastic music.
So going forward, who inspires you? Who would you like to work with?
I love Josh Groban. I love Celine Dion.
Wonderful.
Of course, I love some of the old pop stuff as well. I'm a bit of a Madonna fan in the past.
Okay.
But
I'll tell you what. Let me stop you there. And I'll tell you what, because I've got it lined up for you. I hope you like this one. Like how I did that. Let's have some Celine Dion. If you've just joined us, you're listening to Ladies Showbiz on the Sunday Lounge, and I have the very talented and very lovely Jordan Adams with me. Celine Dion and Falling Into You. I love that track. Did you enjoy that?
I loved it, yeah. It's been a while since I've heard that track, actually, but it just takes me back to some happy times, actually.
Tell me about those.
I think growing up with somebody like Celine Dion, someone that's still really iconic, and I think for me, she's evolved. But she's evolved and kept the fan base there, and she's had a family, and everything else that she's been through, her work ethic has been strong. And even now, with everything she does it with 100%, commitment and conviction. And that's what I really really love about her. And apart from that, the music's amazing.
Absolutely. So you would duet with her?
Absolutely, yeah.
Get on the phone, Celine. We're ready to take the call. Anyway, let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
You know when you said earlier that you'd been signed and it kind of like, went a bit off or
Yes.
whatever. Well, I believe you're celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
You're celebrating with management, aren't you?
Oh, yes. I am indeed, yes.
You're still in shock.
I am, yes.
Still celebrating.
You looked at the screen and I thought, oh my God, someone's told you something. I should be somewhere celebrating something at the moment. No, absolutely, yeah. I'm really lucky. I mean, I've got a great team of people that I'm working with now.
Well, I have to say I'm gutted because they picked me at the post. They really did. But I have to say, Clifford Marker, absolutely fantastic.
Hi, Clifford. I think he's
I
probably
won't
listening.
hold it against them now.
No. Oh, okay then. All right.
I
then.
won't.
It's a bit too late.
I know. What can I say? But yeah, so celebrating.
Yeah,
so what's
I'm
happening?
really-
What's the plans going forward?
I mean, the plan moving forward. It's always one of those ones that's very organic because I like to think that I'm a good 360er, and I've worked in television, I've worked in the theatre, I've obviously worked in songwriting, and moving forward, ticking all those boxes for me is something that's incredibly important. It's so difficult because this industry, there's a lot of people out there and it's hard. So, it's being able to stand out, in the crowd is so important for me. And, working with Clifford and his team of people, that is the kind of thing that we're going to be pushing moving forward, really. So watch this space. There's some really big things and interesting things going to be happening over the next 12 months.
Sounds exciting. It really does. But yeah, congratulations.
Thank
really,
you so much.
Really
Thank
pleased for you. And so I think, the fact that you are so versatile, I think, that if you play it right, if you do everything like you're supposed to, which you do because you're on it. I know you are.
Yeah.
I have, I've had a lot of guests on the show, and I've interviewed a lot of people over the years. And let me tell you something, you've been a pleasure to deal with so far.
Oh,
so don't go anywhere. If you just joined us, you're listening to Sunday Lounge with Jordan Adams. Good afternoon and welcome to the Sunday Lounge. If you've just joined me, it's Lady Showbiz here, as you've just heard, and I have the very lovely Jordan Adams joining me on the Sunday Lounge. Still here?
I am here indeed. I'm very excited to be here as well, actually.
Good.
I've never been with the Lady Showbiz before.
That's funny. Notice how I got glammed up as well for
I know, I love
thought
it.
I'd put a bit of blink on today, being as you were coming in
You
to
look
see
fabulous.
me. Thank you, so do you.
Oh, thank you.
So where were we? What were we talking about?
Oh, well, we were talking. I think it was going through my history, wasn't it? Really,
We were, yes.
I open mic. That was right, and
I was just testing, really.
yeah. I bet you forgot.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's the open mic competition. That was a huge turning point for me, actually, because that's what brought me back into the recording artist side of things and the songwriting side of things, because I was fortunate to do so well in the competition, and on the back of that, it enabled me to, I think, put all of my experiences and within the industry, I suppose, into a song. And it was so important for me to do that, to talk about my journey in a lyrical, musical sense, and tell a story, because I'm a great believer in, if you work hard and you believe in yourself, then you can really achieve anything. And it doesn't really matter what it is, as long as you hold on to your dreams and you believe, then you really can achieve any goal that you want to achieve. And that's when the song evolved and developed. And very fortunately, I worked with a great team of people that helped me put the track together. And so that was kind of the next stage in my life, really.
I think we should listen to the track, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Do you want to introduce it?
This is Hold On by Jordan Adams.
She says. What can I say? That was absolutely amazing. I'm chuckling as well a little bit myself, because Jordan knows that I was distracting myself, because if I'd have just listened to that, I would have cried.
It's just such a beautiful song, and it means so much to me. But the great thing for me is it means so much to everybody else as well, because it's so universal in its theme that everybody can listen to it and they can associate it with some part of their life. It's not necessarily about a career. It's about family. It's about friends. It's about anything that happens in your life. So it means every single person.
So everyone can empathise with you, can't they? Really,
absolutely.
And your voice just sounds amazing.
Oh, thank you.
How long did it take you to record that?
I was really lucky with that. That was a couple of hours
Wow.
in the studio.
And which studio did you record?
I recorded that actually in Cheltenham. It was a recording studio in Cheltenham. Some guys that I work with. The video for it was actually shot in Sheffield in a little theatre, which is the oldest working theatre. It's only 84-seater theatre.
Oh, really?
Called the Lantern Theatre, yes. So we went and shot the video in there. So, and if people want to have a look at the video, it is online. It's on my YouTube channel. In fact, it's on my...
I love that link.
It's on my website also. So that's jordanadamsofficial.com. There's lots of information there. And all the links to my social media, Twitter and Facebook's there for people to see as well. So if you want to check out the video, please do go and have a look.
Excellent. They really should do, because it's fab. And I was watching the video, as you know, then as well. So yeah, it's absolutely great. Honestly, I love it. And can I ask you as well? You know, with regards to like your journey, your particular journey.
Yes.
Would you have done anything different?
Do you know what? I don't think I would now, because I think, you know, when you're younger, you always want something so quickly, and you always think that you're really good at it, and no one can tell you any different. I've learnt lots of lessons along the way, and I think it's that learning process and the evolvement of everything. And I'm a great believer of everything happens for a reason, and there's certain things that I've had to learn, there's certain paths that I've had to walk, there's certain people that I've had to meet in order for me to get to where I've got to now. And that really is what's made me the person that I am today. You know, years ago, I wouldn't have been the same, and it probably would have been all consuming, and I wouldn't be putting out the material and working with the people that I'm working with today.
The thing is as well, and you say that, and you've really, really, by the sounds of it, honed your craft, haven't you? You know, you have.
Yes.
You know, and I will say that I'm really kind of fussy and really critical, in a good way, but I know what I like and what I don't like, and you can tell when somebody has, you know, put time into it and appreciating it, and the fact that you've done so many different things, it really does come across. So speaking of whether you would have done anything differently, would you have ever gone on X Factor or The Voice?
Well, you know what? I've actually auditioned for all of those programmes.
Have you?
I have indeed.
Tell me more.
I did it to help a friend, actually.
Okay.
Because at the time she was suffering with very, very low self-esteem, and so as part of trying to encourage her to embrace situations and to become more confident, I just decided that we would go along and audition for all the reality television programmes. Of which we did.
Okay.
You know, so it was an experience, I have to say.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I mean it is. You know, and I think for both of us, it's again a learning curve. You know, it's always interesting to know what goes on behind the scenes. It's always interesting to see the other type of performers of people that are out there, and it takes a lot of courage and commitment to do that. And you know, it was a bit of a test, really, but we had great fun with it. And I think that's, as long as you keep that in mind, that, you know, any situation that you put yourself into, if you can have fun with it and at certain times not take yourself too seriously, it's the times when you don't take yourself very seriously that actually the magic can happen.
Sure, yeah.
A bit like when I went to the open mic competition, it was one of those moments where I was thinking, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? And the next thing, I'm in the live finals at the NEC. So that was great. Would I do it again? I don't know. Watch this space.
I actually said, I was interviewing Candy Staten, Young Hearts Run Free, quite some time ago, and I asked her the same question. And she said, yes. She didn't say it in that word, but yes, she said yes, she would have done it.
Yeah.
But she, like myself, and I'm sure you probably agree from your experiences, from what you've said, I think as well, you can, you know, if you get it when you're young and it's too soon, you've not really worked at it, I think fame and ego can, you know, come in and you don't appreciate what you're doing and they can't handle it.
Exactly.
Or just that they can't handle it because it's all come too quickly.
And it is a lot to take in. You know, it's hard work in this industry. It's not just about, you know, standing in front of a mic and singing a couple of songs. There's lots of other things that come with it. There is if you're a songwriter, and obviously there's the songwriting, there's development, there's the marketing, there's you know, image, there's just social media that has to be kept on top of at all times as well. You know, it's raising.
It's not just
profile.
about the artistic side, is it? Really, it's
No.
not just about you singing or somebody acting. You know, it's not, is it? It's all the business side that goes on behind.
Absolutely.
You know, that sometimes I think artists don't realise.
Yeah.
You know what actually happens behind the scenes.
You're absolutely right, and I think that kind of quite nicely moves on to the fact that I've just come out of Panto in the King's Theatre South Sea, and
Which pantomime?
it's Cinderella. And
Oh, lovely.
I played Prince Charming. So
No surprise there. No surprise there at all.
it was, and again, no, I'd
So
never.
was that first experience for you, Panto? Okay.
I never did Panto before, and I really wanted to do it. So when the opportunity came up, you know, I kind of grasped onto it because I'm thinking this is going to be a great experience because pantomime is completely different to any other form of theatre that I've worked in, and it's great, you know, because you always evolve and you're always learning. But again, you know, there was a lot of shows. There was 46 shows over a 4-week period, and every time you get on that stage, you know, like in theatre and so many things that you do, the audience need to believe that's the first time that you've ever done it. And you know, I work with some great people. Again, you know, the pressure's on when you do that kind of thing. It's not all glamour when you're walking out onto that stage.
Who did you work with?
I was very fortunate, actually, that I worked with the iconic, really, legendary Anita Harris, who was absolutely wonderful, beautiful, beautiful person, fantastic lady. And, you know, she certainly showed that after all these years, she's still a force to be reckoned with when she walks out onto that stage. And
well, she's old school, isn't she?
Yeah.
You know, so professional.
Absolutely
Always.
professional. Always. We always had our little chats, you know, side of the stage.
Tell me more.
It was always like, oh, darling, you know, here we are again. You know, it's fantastic. Isn't it great to be here? You know.
How old is she now?
I wouldn't like to say.
Well, yes, I guess that would be a bit mean, wouldn't it?
That would be really mean.
Well, she looks fabulous anyway.
But she's such a wonderful, wonderful person. We got on so well. And, of course, I was very fortunate
You're
as
such a
well.
gentleman. I like that.
Well, you know, I worked with James Argent from Towie. He played
Oh,
Bandini.
really?
Yeah.
How was that?
He was great, you know.
Yeah. Was he good fun?
He was really, really good fun. And he proved to be the perfect Dandini for me. You know, some evenings I wasn't really quite knowing what was going to happen. You know, but it was great. It's all good fun. But that's what pantomime is all about.
Certainly.
And you know, from the audience perspective, they absolutely loved the show. And you know, reviews are great. So that again for me was another huge stepping stone because again I was doing something that I'd never experienced before. But going back to my point, I suppose, you know, from an outsider looking in, you know, when you're seeing the performance on stage, it looks amazing, it sounds amazing, it's beautiful, the costumes, the set, and you know. But when you're doing 2 shows a day and you've got, or 3 shows a day and you've got an hour's break in between before you're going on again, that is the part that people don't see, and that is the part, you know, where you do get tired, and you do all the shows kind of morph into one. I couldn't differentiate between any one show at that point because they were all just one lovely big, you know, show. So, but it was great. It
Sounds it. Well, we're speaking of reality, so I think we'll have a little bit of Little Mix. What do you think?
I love Little Mix.
Okay.
Let's go for
It's
it.
coming up on the Sunday Lounge. Don't go anywhere though, because Jordan's not going anywhere either. Were you tempted to sing there, Jordan?
I love Little Mix, you know.
Do you?
I absolutely do, yeah.
They've done really, really well, haven't they?
They've done amazingly, you know. I mean, I can't say that I always know all the words to all the songs,
Okay.
but I do my best.
I wasn't going to test you, honestly.
Don't test me on
I wasn't
that
going
one.
to. Now, I have to ask you,
Yes.
what is it about the Live Lounge?
Live
me more
Lounge,
about that.
again, do you know what? This was a crucial part for me because when I came out of the Open Mic UK competition, in order for me to develop my music and to record my tracks, I decided that I was going to start raising funds by performing in people's lounges. And so I devised the amazing Live Lounge Tour 2015.
That's incredible.
And I literally did that. So people, I would go and perform and sing, you know, some fantastic musical theatre numbers, and about 15 songs in general.
Really?
Yeah, in people's homes. And it's great because it literally put everybody... Well, literally, they could reach out and touch me in some of the places that I performed.
So they're very intimate venues
Absolutely. But the great thing about it is you've got that connection straight away with your audience, and you're there because they want you to be there. And everybody that's there, it's so engaging, and it's amazing to be able to just see people's faces, you know, when you're singing these iconic songs.
So when did you start doing that?
That was in March in 2015 that I started doing that. And that just really grew from strength to the point where it started off on a very small scale, and before you know it, I was performing in bigger venues and in marquees, you know, in people's gardens and stuff, and I was really going and performing at lots of different occasions, whether it be birthdays or just a general celebration, which was great. But that, again, so important to me because it helped build my fan base, my audience. It was something different that people could talk about.
It's very different.
And, you know, and I think... another person that has done that is John Barrowman.
Really?
That's how I
I
believe he started his career many years ago, and he started to do where his live lounge. I think it was Family and Friends, and that helped to start funding everything that he was doing. So a very simple thing to do, but really, really effective for me. And what that helped me to do was, moving forward, help me to produce the track Hold On. If it wasn't for these people, and if it wasn't for me doing that, that track would not exist. You know, so for everybody that I performed in front of during the Live Lounge tour, they've all contributed to that track, which is so important.
And is that something that you'll be doing again this year, or?
I don't know. You know, I think it's all about taking things to the next level, and that was a great thing to do from a stepping stone point of view, because it gave me the audience, it gave me an opportunity to record the tracks that I wanted to record. So moving forward, I'd like to take it a few notches up, for the simple reason that people loved it, people love it, you know, and I should continue. I'm a great believer in giving people what they want, not necessarily what you think they need. And that is so important, you know.
I think that's a good way of looking at it, definitely, because not everybody thinks like that, do they? So yeah, I think that's a really great way of looking at it. And I have to ask you about the Jordettes.
Oh, I love my Jordettes.
I love it. See, I'm homage. I put my 60s dress on today. No, I did. Got my boots as well. So.
I know. That was a big surprise. And
how does that make you feel?
Well,
because obviously, like you said, you've been on such a long journey, you know, with ups and downs and whatever, and now it just seems to be going phew.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's really taking off. And so, how does it make you feel when you have your own fan base, your own Jordettes?
It's surreal, I suppose, is the only word for it. Because one minute, you know, you're going along just doing something that you enjoy, and then the next thing, before you know it, the Jordettes have popped up on Twitter. And there's just a fan base of people there specifically interested in you and wanting to be involved on the journey, which is great. So and then of course I think there's a fan page that's appeared on Facebook, and my Twitter has just grown massively over the last 12 months. And again, it's all down to everything that happens behind the scenes and the work that gets put in. But it's so nice to know that there are people out there supporting me. Because if it wasn't for these people, you know, throughout the whole of my journey, throughout the whole of my life, being there and believing in me and supporting me, I wouldn't be here now, sat here, you know, talking with you today. And I wouldn't have had the experience I've had.
Mentioning that, being here today, what's been the best experience so far? Obviously.
Oh yes, of course. Being here today is amazing. Obviously, I mean,
seriously, what has been
the best experience for me? I think probably is the track "Hold On," because that, like I said before, that encompasses everything that I've worked for, and that's full of emotion for me and meaning of the years that I've strived moving forward, and you know, being back in theatre again, and like I said, I love Panto. That was a great opportunity for me to work with some great people, and I absolutely loved it. So, but I've been really lucky because everything that I've done from a theatrical point of view and a musical point of view of late has been something that I've been quite passionate about, and I've loved everything that I've done. So
excellent. I think we should have another track, and we should wish somebody a very happy birthday.
Yes,
What do you think?
I believe that we've got to wish a very special happy birthday to a Liam Turner. Happy birthday, Liam, who's 14 years old today.
Oh, bless. Happy birthday, Liam.
Happy birthday. And his favourite track, Imagine Dragons, is coming up.
Hope you enjoyed that, Liam. Back with Jordan. He's still here on the Sunday Lounge. I've not let him go yet.
Indeed, I'm loving it.
Good, I'm glad. So am I. Talking about reality shows.
Yes.
You said that you've done all of them. Now, I know you can sing, you can act, but I did see something, I'm sure, that you're not much of a dancer. So we won't be seeing you on Strictly Come Dancing then, will we?
Do you know what? I can dance. But
Okay.
again, it's one of those things that it takes me 6 months to learn something, 3 minutes to forget it. It's, I would give it my all, and I do. And of course, the shows that I've been in, I've had to dance. But I'm probably a choreographer's worst nightmare. Musical directors love me because I never set a foot wrong, and from a direction point of view, it's great. And it's always the choreographers that are pulling their hair out. But no. You know what? It is what it is. We can't be good at everything all the time.
Well, we can't, but I can imagine, though, you're quite a perfectionist, so I reckon you'd give it your best anyway.
I do. By the time it gets to the production going out, that if people have been pulling their hair out or what have you, it's always spot on, because I can't give any less than 100%. I can't. I am one of those people that is always there waiting to go on the stage before everybody else, and it's just I suppose because I'm passionate about what I do, and because I want to give the audience the best experience that they can possibly have, that's why I do it.
Excellent. And I know you said that everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
Have you read The Secret?
I love The Secret.
Do you?
I live my life by The Secret.
See, now why does that not surprise me? Why does that not surprise me? I love The Secret.
I think I touched on it earlier. The reason that I wasn't ready years ago to be doing what I'm doing now is because I hadn't crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, and I had to follow a certain path and meet certain people, and that is where that's why I believe I'm here today. But I read The Secret probably again February, March last year, and because somebody I was talking to actually believed, by the way I was speaking, that I'd already read the book. And for those people that don't know what we're talking about right now, when we're talking about the book The Secret, go and read it, because honestly, if you can believe in this book, then it will really change your life, and it does help you believe that you can achieve anything in your life.
It does, absolutely. I have to tell you a funny story too. I'm going to share this with you and the listeners. I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. But I did go to see my GP. It's quite some time ago now. And I walked in. She went, "Oh, I can't believe you've walked in. I was reading The Secret this morning. I knew you were going to come in here." What? I was like, no, how could you think that? I mean, of all the things that she could have said, or anybody could say about The Secret. But I do like The Secret. I do believe in it.
It's a huge thing in America, actually, and I
more so over there, isn't it, than here?
And they really do invest a lot of time in kind of educating their children in it, I believe, as well as a way of life, really, because it is all about believing in yourself and being positive. And if that's all that people take away from reading that book, then that's an incredibly important lesson to learn, in your life.
I think we should be on royalties now. Yes, there are very good books about, by the way, aside from The Secret.
Yes.
Now, moving on from that, Valentine's Day. I can't let you go without speaking about Valentine's Day. Are you a romantic?
I am, actually.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, I love a bit of romance.
Okay.
I haven't got a clue what's going to be happening this Valentine's
Day. So you're not very good at planning it then? But
No, I am pretty good with planning.
Okay.
I am pretty good with planning, and I've got an idea.
Just with work and not with personal.
Yeah, work tends to take over quite a lot of the time, to be honest with you, which is the way that I like it at the moment. But when it comes down to personal things, it is normally flying by the seat of my pants, which is normally 24 hours before. But it's Valentine's Day. It's been a long time since I've been inundated with a lot of cards, but I certainly do get a lot of messages.
I'm sure you do.
That's the way that's saved on a stamp. It's fine.
Or go to Moonpig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get an email. So speaking about inspirational people as well, and I believe you like Josh Groban.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Groban for me is where I'd like to see myself, developing over the years. He started off obviously very, very young, and he's worked with some amazing people in the music industry. So yeah, it's great inspiration to me. I mean, I've been very fortunate to also actually work with Richard and Adam, and I was at a show raising money for charity with those guys as well. And of course, it's all about classical crossover for me. But Josh Groban, as well as people like Jonathan Antoine, all these kind of people, yeah, absolutely amazing, love it.
So what do you think of Calabro?
Calabro, I love Calabro as well.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
See, I do too.
I think that the great thing is about this the music now with Calabro, and I think with that type of music in general, it was something that really sat on the back burner, I believe, and they've really brought it forward because you're taking your traditional songs and you're giving it the commercial spin, and they're young guys that are going out and doing an amazing job of performing these tracks. And with shows like Glee, and you've got Pitch Perfect, the films, and those kind of things that are really mashing up songs and crossing things over. So again, it's just reaching out to a whole different generation of people, and it crosses over so many ages, and that's why I love it.
Absolutely. Well, me too. And I'm in a good place myself, and I'm very excited because I have you today, and I'm interviewing Calabro tomorrow.
Are you
so
really?
There you go. Oh, and shall we have a bit of Josh Groban to be going on with?
Let's squeeze him in the middle.
I'm enjoying myself today on the Sunday Lounge. Don't go anywhere. Well, that was Josh Groban and Brave. Thank you for joining me on the Sunday Lounge. I still have the very lovely and very talented Jordan with me. He's not gone yet.
I'm still here. You can unshackle me from the desk.
Oh, bless you.
I'm joking. I'm loving it, every minute of it. It's great.
Good, I'm glad. So what are you going to do for Valentine's Day? I'm not going to let you off with that one.
Oh, you know what? It's probably
She's not going to be listening, honestly.
It's probably going to be the old bunch of flowers, box of chocolates, nice little meal. There might be a few more surprises.
Oh, yeah, you have to throw a surprise in there.
Yeah, I always throw a surprise in.
Can you tell my guy to do that too? He's not very good with surprises. He's going to kill me for saying that because he's probably listening.
I think we might be going shopping for. I can't say.
No,
say.
Don't say.
No.
Don't.
We'll spoil the surprise.
Oh, bless you. And can I ask you as well?
Yes.
What I know you like Josh Groban.
Yes.
Who else do you like? Artist-wise, who would you really? I know you said you'd love to duet with Celine Dion. I was listening, honestly.
Yes.
But who else would you like to duet with, or who would you like to support on tour? Or
do you know what? There's so many different genres of music that I love listening to now, and right back throughout, without giving too much away. The 80s and 90s were really, really key for me. But right now, anything that you mentioned earlier, I'd love to go on. I'd love to support Calabro. I'd love to work again with Richard and Adam. So those guys, just brilliant. And of course, UK based. We've got some amazing talent in the UK. And of course, I mentioned Celine, and I mentioned Josh Groban, and of course, American through and through. But there's just a huge amount of talent coming through on the crossover side of things in the UK. That's
absolutely.
Right.
It's really good to see as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm actually interviewing Calabro tomorrow, so I will put a word in for you.
Nice little word
there
in for me.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, you didn't know that, did you? Unless it was the secret. Maybe it was the secret.
The secret's working all the time.
Absolutely. And where can people find out what you're up to? What you're doing?
If people want to check out, like I mentioned before, jordanadamsofficial.com is my website. So there's lots of links, lots of information on there, lots of music, videos, interviews that are on there as well. They can also check out on my Facebook, so it's Jordan Adams Music on Facebook. You can find me. Twitter is quite simply @JordanAdams. So I'm
That's
lucky
good.
just to have my name.
And what about on Instagram? Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram, and it's Jordan Adams UK.
Okay.
So you can follow me on Instagram. Please do come along if anybody's listening and enjoy the experience with me. I do get back to people with messages. I do a lot of tweeting. I do a lot of response. I always like to kind of get the personal touch in there. I think it's so important. Why I can, you know, and please do come along and join me.
Excellent. And you did mention as well, didn't you, earlier that whilst we were off air, that you're supporting a charity?
Yes, I've been. Well, there's the James Bulger Memorial, and I'm going along in support of that. That event is coming up on the 19th of March. I do believe there is information online, and if you go to the James Bulger Twitter page, then there's more information out there. So it's a great cause, you know, and again, it's one of those events where there are lots of people, everybody's like-minded, they're all there for the same reason, and
I'm hoping to get there myself too.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great to see you there.
Absolutely, yes, yeah, it will, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
we'd have a ball.
Oh, absolutely.
And for a great cause too. Yes. It really is.
It is a great cause, and it's a good excuse, you know, as well, to put on your black tie. And it's a black tie and tiara evening.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm going to leave the tiara at home, but I think I can manage the black tie.
I have to say, you're looking very dashing in your white tie.
Oh, thank you.
And there is a webcam up there, so if anybody's on the webcam, you can have a quick look now.
White tie here.
Looking very smart.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the Sunday Lounge, Jordan. It's been an absolute ball.
It's been lovely to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
But before you go, this is a first actually.
Okay.
Many first today. I'd like you to sign that, please.
Oh, wow.
For me. And put one, love it. He's even got his pen ready. He's so organised, this guy. So yes, I'd like your signature on there, please.
Okay.
Notice it's blank. This is the first signature.
Wow.
So I thought, yep. And then I want you to put one word as to how it's been today. And if it's been awful, lie.
Okay. I will do that. Yeah, I will do that now. You want me to do it right now?
I do.
Okay.
You want to take your time?
Yeah, I like to take my time because I like
to
to draw pictures and things like that. So
okay. Well, don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Sunday Lounge. Coming up next is Eagle Eye Cherry.
Bolton FM.
Devil you are.